Hi everyone, I'm Julia Campbell here at Gems Boutique, and this is Style in Color, an interview series with game changers in business, sport, technology, and culture who advocate for women's empowerment. Today I have the pleasure of speaking with Shallyn Murray. Shallyn is an architect, entrepreneur, and co-founder of 9 Yard Studio, an architectural and design firm here in Charlottetown. Tune in to hear what she has to say about style and confidence. Good morning, Shallyn.
Hi.
Hi, thanks for joining me.
No problem, my pleasure.
So nice to see you again.
You too.
Shallyn, tell us what your daily routine looks like and what you're passionate about.
Okay. So my daily routine is always different. Architecture has a lot of different facets in it. So some days I'm in the office, some days I'm at meetings, some days I'm on the road, and some days I'm on the construction site. So it's totally different every day, always meeting new people, always being put in different situations. And passionate about, I'm passionate about a lot of things.
Right on.
But I think, particularly since I've moved back to the island, I've been really passionate about urban design. Because
how long have you been back on Prince Edward Island for?
7 years.
Okay.
So
Same.
Yeah. I was in, I did my schooling at Dalhousie. So I was in Halifax for about 5 years. And then I moved back here in 2012. And I started a firm about 4 years ago. So I've been really excited about doing a lot of projects downtown, and I think that's got me really engaged in like, what does Charlottetown look like in the future,
right?
And kind of how can I contribute to that. So that's been my main focus.
Amazing. So your studio, or the firm that you have in Charlottetown, is called 9 Yards. 9 Yards, and we were just discussing this before we officially went on air.
Turned on the camera.
But when you started,
you
said you and your co-founder, and then you had hired.
We had 2 architectural technologists that did their schooling at Holland College, and then a receptionist bookkeeper.
Right, and now you're
13 people.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
So you opened 4 years ago, so that was, we're 29, so like 2015?
2016.
Yeah.
2016-ish, yeah.
That's amazing. Like you've more than tripled your original.
Yeah,
congrats.
Exciting.
It's awesome. And what does style mean to you?
I think style means to me more attitude and presence.
Right.
So I think it's like how you take what you have on the inside and sort of present that to the world.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that. I love that question, and everybody that I ask has such a great answer. I want to literally line up all those answers. I'm going to do that because it is amazing. And is there a part of your style that you think helps or what part of your style helps your confidence?
I thought a lot about this question. It's a tough one.
Yeah, totally.
I think for me, and I don't know if this counts as style, but it's like smile for me,
totally
like
counts.
the way that I express myself when I walk into a room. I think that sort of sets the tone for me of how I feel and how everyone feels.
Right.
And the other thing I was thinking about was that for me, confidence breeds confidence. So if I am not feeling particularly confident, but I can a little bit fake it at the beginning,
100%,
and then I start to kind of come into my own. So I think for me, it's kind of fake it till you make it, maybe.
Yes. No, I think that's amazing. I said, it's so true. Confidence breeds confidence, and confidence only breeds confidence when you're talking about a group of people as well.
Yes.
It only enhances confidence in other people whenever you show it.
Exactly.
Oh no, fake it till you make it is a real thing in the fact that we can all get apprehensive or nervous about situations, but
Absolutely.
if you just pep yourself up a little bit, then your natural confidence does.
You get in that mindset, and then
totally.
Yeah.
So what do you see about women's empowerment and confidence in your industry?
Yeah, we talked a little bit about this. So our industry is male dominated,
right?
And just the way things are right now, I think we're going to be like that for quite a while,
right?
But the women that I have met are very confident and powerful in their skills. And they have to kind of deal with all sorts of people on site every day, and people with a lot of experience, and probably mostly men.
Right.
And this year we started Building Equality in Architecture, BEA Atlantic it's called.
Which is amazing.
Yes, it's an amazing
cool
initiative, and it's now Canada-wide. So it started actually in Vancouver, and it's slowly been trickling. So there's BEA Toronto, BEA Prairies, BEA Vancouver, and now BEA Atlantic. And it's great to have it Atlantic-wide because we are small provinces.
Right.
And so our population representation is quite small in comparison to Toronto. So example, PEI has roughly 20
Right.
architects. So we can kind of all support and leverage each other. And the goal of the organization is to support women and minorities in the profession and to kind of connect them with mentors, support them with education and the tools they need to succeed in their profession.
Amazing. And would you say, and I was thinking about this with other male-dominated industries or sectors, that I think maybe as a woman you have to be confident.
You have it's so
Right?
important.
Or
You can't
else-
let someone
Yes,
like,
for sure.
And you know what? I shouldn't say like because PI is great. Like the contractors that are here are amazing. I have not felt ever disrespected
Right.
on site.
Excellent.
But I think you have to go in there with a confident attitude and know that you know what you're doing.
Right.
And not be intimidated. Otherwise, women tend not to go back to site. You know, they don't feel comfortable.
Right.
There or, yeah.
So when you finished your architectural schooling, was the entrepreneurial side, was that just in you? Did you?
That was just in me, I think.
Was it?
I knew when I was in school that I wanted to have my own firm. I did. And I don't know what it was. It's hard to express yourself, I think, under somebody else.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
I really wanted to be free to do the things I wanted to do and to kind of choose the projects that I work on. You know, this is something you spend a lot of time doing.
Yes,
and you don't want to
totally.
be killing, 15 hours a day doing something that you're miserable in.
Yes, and that you're not
So,
passionate about.
Yeah, so for me this was a really good fit, and when I met my business partner Silva, we clicked. We're the same person design wise, so it's a great relationship.
Yeah, that's so cool. And tell us a little bit about the Beehive project for anybody that doesn't know about the Beehive project.
Yes, that is Silva and I's passion project, we call
I
it.
bet it is. It's amazing.
We love it. We actually, at that time, we had not even fully started our firm.
Okay.
So we were just in discussions about it. And we were getting a little bit bogged down in the day-to-day grind.
Right.
And we really wanted to do something that we cared about. So we had a few different ideas of what we wanted to do, but bees was something we were really passionate about and cared about.
Right.
And so we started working on the Beehive project, and we worked with some local beekeepers and with the PEI Farm Center, who hosts the beehives,
Right.
To kind of make this project happen. So the idea of it is mostly about education of pollinators, the
Right.
importance that bees play in our environment. And the way we did that was through demonstration beehives. So they're really large, 14-foot sculptures.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
They're
They
huge.
are. They're amazing.
They're art and function, I guess,
Yes.
combined.
Art and science.
Exactly,
Really, yeah.
Exactly. And I think what we wanted to demonstrate was what role design can play in telling a message.
Right.
Because if we had just put, tiny beehives there, no one would see them, no one would talk about them. So this really made a splash out of it. And so you can go there and you can peek inside the little windows and you can see the bees working. And then year 2, TD Bank actually, their environmental program, they gave us a grant to build phase 2, which was an amphitheater, so we could get schools in to do demonstrations for bees. So we've had a bunch of different schools in. So Bruce, our beekeeper, this summer gave a demonstration to 171 kids. And it
That's
was
so
amazing
wicked.
to see them. They are so interested and engaged in it.
So was it after phase 2 that you were nationally recognized after? Yeah.
Yeah, so phase 2, yes, it was after phase 2. We got the award just this January, actually. We went up to Ottawa to accept.
Did you? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
super
that's so
exciting.
cool. And I say it's so, it's such a great spot in Charlottetown because it's very accessible that way. But it's, as you say, I find it so interesting because you're combining architecture and art and science.
Yeah, I think that's so that when we started this firm, that's our primary goal is to show people how design can make their life better. I don't
Right.
think a lot of people realize that is you can make a space amazing and it can make everything about your life better. It's not just your house, but it's the way you feel in the space, it's the way you do your daily activities. So that's our goal in everything that
You guys do.
Yeah.
Who are your icons or heroes? You can have as many as you want. And what have they taught you?
I'm gonna start with Silva.
Love it.
Actually, because she's probably been the biggest role model in my life. She and I have about a 20-year age gap, so she's definitely been like a mentor to me because has more experience. And she's also a friend.
Right.
But I think for her, like, she is unapologetically herself.
Amazing.
She is super confident. You know, she came here from a foreign country. She didn't know English, you know, and she already was an architect, and she somehow worked her way up, which is not an easy process here, to become an architect in Canada again.
Yes,
for the second time.
Totally. That is a really big deal.
It's a huge deal and a huge accomplishment, really.
Yes.
And so she worked in firms, you know, learning English, and worked her way up to be a partner in a firm, and then now to have her own firm, you know, that we've created from the ground up. So she's definitely been an inspiration to me. And just the way she carries on her day to day, and she does the best she can, and she doesn't worry about what people think about her when she goes home at night, which I respect.
Totally.
And I think I sometimes need more of, so.
Absolutely.
That's definitely one. And the other person I would say, although not a woman, is my dad, because he is probably one of the most easygoing people that I know. And I think similar quality to Silva. This is obviously something I appreciate that I never thought of before, but he doesn't let small things bother him. And he just does what he loves every day, and he doesn't worry about anything, and he just loves life. So
do you remember him always being like that?
Always.
Oh,
it's like,
so
I always
amazing.
say, like, it's like water off a duck's back. Like, and he's a contractor, so he deals with a lot of tough, you know, conversations
yes.
and situations, and he just doesn't take it home, and he's always the same chill person. So I really respect that.
Yes, absolutely. Shallyn, helps or causes that are close to your heart?
Yes, so definitely the bees. The bees in relation to sustainability. I think I'm really interested in climate change as a whole. And as we talked about, like, climate change has a voice now around the world.
Totally.
And that's becoming a greater issue. And we're seeing that in, like, government RFPs and all of that, where people are asking for more sustainable things, like carbon neutral buildings, even carbon forward buildings. So I think that movement's coming here, and I've been trying to help that along as much as I can.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So, like, integrating social and social aspects, art, into architecture, which we mentioned. Like, I think it's so amazing that you started your own firm, because you may not have gotten to do these projects that you're super passionate about.
Definitely not.
Maybe working for someone else, you know?
Yeah, and I find too, like, one of the things I was talking about just to my friends was, like, I'm so, I think, honored to be a part of some of the things that are happening in Charlottetown, and I often feel like I get asked, because I'm an architect and because I'm working on some of these things that are affecting the downtown, affecting the way the climate change bar is moving here.
Right.
So even being involved in, like, groups like Fusion, or like other boards that are looking at, like, the development of Charlottetown, like, I'm just happy to have a voice in that conversation at all. So it's super exciting.
Amazing. And the last question, what do you love about yourself?
I love my ambition. My ambition has really driven me where I am today, and really guided my path probably more than I ever could have imagined. So I think it's given me opportunities that I wouldn't have otherwise.
Amazing. And would you say that you've always been ambitious?
Yes.
It's just part of who you are.
Yes. Probably, honestly, I think I have been since birth. I remember, like, my grandmother in like grade 7 or 8, because I had a pretty sick childhood, and she wrote this nomination for me saying, like, you know, like, Shallyn's been doing great even though, like, she's dealing with these, like, illnesses, and I was like, oh, that's besides the point, like, I'm just so I've always definitely been keen to, like,
do your best.
Do my best. Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining me.
Yes, thanks for having me.
Thanks everyone for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on Style and Color. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.